Okay, looks like we have an audio connection with everyone. Shannon, please put us on the record.
Okay.
Lopez versus Lopez, both attorneys and their clients are present, Shannon.
Thank you.
And forgive me, but I do not recall exactly where we left off. I'm sure you gentlemen know.
I believe we left off after my direct examination of my client, Nita Lopez, and it was Mr. Hogaboom's an opportunity to cross-examine the witness. Is that your recollection,
well.
Bill?
That's correct, Phil.
Okay, Mr. Hugaboom. And Ms. Lopez, you understand that you're still under oath?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Just one quick question. How long are we planning going till today?
No later than 4:30.
Thank you. All right.
I have staff that need to leave sharply then. So if we get to a convenient breaking point and you're not done before then, let's just keep an eye on the clock so we break at a logical spot.
That's fine. I do have two separate issues I'd like to raise today before we get off the record, but I'll do my cross-examination first and hopefully we'll get through all that in time. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Ms. Lopez, I'm going to start with, I believe, just a few preliminary questions that I don't think were addressed last week. They may sound crazy, but we have to ask these questions. Ms. Lopez, when you filed your complaint for divorce, had you lived in the state of Michigan at least 180 days?
Yes.
Had you lived in the county of Jackson at least 10 days prior to filing the complaint?
Yes.
Are you currently pregnant?
No.
Thank you. Those are questions we just have to ask. Ms. Lopez, you had your first child. You were quite young, is that correct?
Yes.
How old were you?
18.
Were you still in high school?
I was still in high school when I was pregnant with her.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
When did you get married?
February 4th, 2006.
How old were you?
I had just turned 19.
Now, at that time, you and Tommy are both high school graduates.
Yes.
And when you got married, did one parent work out of the home and one work in the home?
No, I stayed home with the baby.
Okay.
We lived with his parents.
You lived with Mr. Lopez's parents?
Yes. And he first got a job at Menards. And then a few months later, he got a job at Alro Steel.
Okay. So your marriage agreement was then that you would stay home, take care of the kids, and Tommy would go out and work, earn a living?
Correct.
Thank you.
I also received a monthly settlement payment starting August 15th, 2005.
Correct. Okay.
Just for $1,940.
Okay. Now, during the marriage, Mr. Lopez went back to college, went back to school,
Yes.
and he's able to earn a college degree.
Yes.
And do you know approximately when that was?
I think his bachelor's degree was, I remember he had just finished right before his 25th birthday, because his Aunt Chav, who was his godmother, came down to visit us in Tennessee.
Okay. And then he eventually went on to get a master's degree.
Yes, when we moved back to Michigan, and he had a job at Brembo. They had a program that they wanted him to complete.
So is it fair to say that Mr. Lopez was burning the candle at both ends?
I'm sorry,
Is it fair to say Mr. Lopez was burning the candle at both ends?
what do you mean?
He was working a full-time job and going to school and raising a family?
He didn't have to do anything. With the family, I took care of it. He
Okay.
had plenty of time to go out with his friends.
I didn't ask that. Okay, and as a result of Mr. Lopez's hard work and education, he was able to earn a good income, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you know what he started out as when he started the first job at Menards and Allro?
Menards, I don't remember. At Alro, it was approximately $2,000 take-home pay a month.
Okay, so about $50,000 a year, probably. Now, so as Mr. Lopez gained experience and education, his income went up, correct?
Yes.
In fact, you enjoyed a six-figure income, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, during these proceedings, you provided answers to some interrogatories. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And on interrogatory 8A, you were asked to identify in detail with specifics any and all reasons why you were not requesting court to enter order of joint physical custody. Do you recall that question?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Part of your answer says, only within the last 2 years has he seemed to make more of an effort to be in the children's lives. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. You say in the last 2 years, are you talking about 2018 through 2020?
The tail end of 2018, yes.
So I misunderstood that.
Yes, the end of 2018.
Through
I would say
2020.
October 2018, I think is when we determined that we would divorce.
Okay. But you didn't file for divorce until 2020, correct?
Correct. I did not have the money.
Okay. So for the last 2 years, according to your own answer, Tommy was involved in the children's lives, correct?
He
Yes or
seemed
no?
to try. Correct.
Okay. And during that last 2 years, Tommy was no longer in school, correct?
No, he graduated. He graduated in May of 2019.
Okay. So even while he's working his master's degree, then he was putting more time into the children.
Yes.
Okay.
He understood that we were getting divorced, and I told him he needed to step up.
Nothing asked.
Joe, let me, ma'am, just so you follow the rules. I know there's more you want to say, but the way cross-examination works is you listen to his question, just answer that question. Don't go beyond it. Your attorney will give you an opportunity when he re-examines you if you want to elaborate on any of the points. But for now, just try to stick to the rules, listen to his question, and just answer that question. If you can answer it yes or no, then that's all you need to say is yes or no. If you can't answer it yes or no, assuming it's a yes or no question, just say, I can't answer that yes or no. Okay?
Understood.
All right.
Thank you, Judd. Ms. Lopez, you already indicated it was your job to stay home, take care of the kids, correct?
Correct.
And also your job was to take care of the home? Maintain the
Not
home?
so much. No,
No? Whose job was it to maintain the home?
it wasn't solely my job.
Okay. So you're saying that was a job to share between you and Tommy?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what would you say is the condition of your home?
What would I say the condition?
Yes. Is it clean or unclean?
I would say it's cluttered.
Cluttered? Last week, we stipulated to the admission of certain videos and pictures. I'm going to show you some pictures. And Mr. Navarro, you have copies of these already. You agreed to this, correct?
I did.
Was that yes?
I do.
Okay. And Judge, you have to turn on the screen share. Is that function? I don't see it right now.
It's on the bottom of your,
Okay, I see it.
you see a screen share? Yep.
Yes.
You get to, you control that at your end.
Okay. I'm gonna click on some pictures here. Ms. Lopez, do you recognize this picture?
You need to bring it up, Council.
Oh,
It looks like looks like it's trying to bring it up, but it hasn't yet.
I'm sorry, it's on my screen.
Yeah, I've got a spinning donut on my screen.
Oh, darn it. It tells me I'm screen sharing right now.
It's not coming through. Why don't you exit out of it and try it again? Now we have a picture. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Lopez, you recognize this picture?
Yes,
Okay. What is this picture of?
it's the living room, the pull-out couch.
And what's the condition of it? Is that cluttered or is that clean? Is that messy? How would you describe that?
It's cluttered.
Cluttered? Okay. I'm going to show you another picture. And share. I'm not sure. No, that's not working. Okay. I had more pictures shared, Judge, but they're just not coming through it now. So I'll just skip those. Ms. Lopez, would you say that the condition we just saw was typical for most rooms in your house?
No,
No? Just a second.
that wasn't a bedroom. That was the living room. After my nieces and nephews came to visit or their sleepover.
Okay, let's.
Hey, Council, do you have a date as to when that particular, it's not particularly helpful to the court without a date.
Right. I was going to ask Ms. Lopez if that was typical for the house.
Typical when?
During the last 6 months.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's fair to say.
Okay. Are you looking at a picture right now on your screen?
No.
No, we just have the little
Okay.
thumbnail. Last time when you exited screen share and came back in, it came on the picture. Let's try that and see if maybe that'll work
Right.
again.
All right. Do you see a picture now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Lopez, where's this picture taken?
It looks like it was either after a sleepover or I see the popcorn in the background. I think it was when my nieces and nephews were here over the summer.
Okay. I'm going to stop showing that one. And let me see if I can do another one. Okay. Let me. All right. Do you see another picture right now?
Yes.
And what is this picture of?
It's my bedroom.
Okay. Do you recall when that was taken? Do you know what time period?
No, I don't.
Okay. Was it typical of the time within the last 6 months?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now, Ms. Lopez, we attended mediation. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And after mediation, a realtor came to your house, is that correct?
Yes.
And the realtor looked at your home and gave you a price what the home might sell for?
Correct.
Did you list the home for sale?
No, we did not
Why not?
because it wasn't show ready.
Did the realtor tell you that the house had to be cleaned up? It was too messy to sell?
No, she
No?
said that we would get more money if it was decluttered.
Okay, but they wouldn't list it at that point?
Right.
Okay. Do Do you know about how much more money the realtor said you would get if you cleaned the house?
I think about $15,000 to $20,000.
That's a considerable amount of money, is that correct?
Yes, and it wasn't just the inside, it was also the outside because of the dog.
And did the house ever get cleaned?
Yes, I was decluttering and slowly purging.
What were you doing with the things?
I would either put them in bags for Tom to go through, or I would just donate them.
Okay. You testified last week that you want to model yourself after your mother. Do you recall that?
Yes,
I believe you said she is thought of as a saint with endless patience. Is that correct?
correct.
Do you believe that children need a proper example to follow?
Yes,
Do you think that children tend to mimic what they see?
to a point, to a certain point, yes.
Now, you're not in a marital home anymore, is that correct?
Not currently, no.
And you took the children with you?
Yes,
You didn't have any court orders to tell you that, did you?
no, I did not.
And Tommy didn't agree with that, is that correct?
I do not know.
You didn't ask for his, if he agreed?
I did not ask his permission, no.
So you did it unilaterally on your own?
Yes,
Was that yes or no?
yes,
Okay,
it was not discussed with Thomas.
okay. Just before you left the home, was there an argument between you and Tommy?
Yes, and also the children and Thomas.
Okay. Now, did that argument start because you planned taking let me tell you, the night you left, was that a school night for the children?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Okay. The night you left the home, was that a school night for the children?
Yes, it was.
And you plan on taking the children out that night, correct?
I was going to take 3 of them. Yes, to Wesco gas station.
And Tommy did not agree with that?
Tommy did not want me to take Layla.
How old was Layla?
Layla. It was Layla, Trinity, and Mia that were leaving with me.
How old was Layla?
Layla is 13.
Okay. Now, sometime during that argument, did Tommy take a backpack that belonged to, was it Layla?
Yes,
And you didn't agree with that?
no.
How many times have you assaulted Tommy?
I don't believe I've ever assaulted him.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you a little bit of a personal question. Do you know about how much Tommy weighs, or could you guess at what he weighs?
Probably 130.
And how much do you weigh, if you had to say?
About 230.
So 100 pounds more?
Yes,
Are you taller than Tommy or shorter?
I'm shorter.
Okay. I'm going to show the court a video provided by your lawyer last week. And give me a minute to bring it up, Judge. I will get it playing.
Go ahead.
Give it back to her now.
Okay, now let me do a screen share. And I have to, there should be a volume button here. Share more. Can everybody see the video on the screen right now?
It's on the screen.
Okay, I'm gonna push play and it should be volume. If you can't hear it, let me know.
Give Layla her backpack. Mia,
Go.
Mia, honey, get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Go.
Get out of the way, Mia. Give her her backpack.
Get out of my way.
Then give her her backpack.
Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. I'm touching her backpack.
Don't
Give
touch
her
me.
her backpack.
Get off of me.
Give her her backpack.
Dad, I have my iPad in there.
Give her. Ow!
Get off of me.
I'm not touching
Let
you.
go of me.
Give her the backpack, Thomas.
Let go of me.
Give her the backpack.
Let go of me.
I'm not asking. Give it to her now.
Let go of me.
Honey, you're gonna get hurt. Get out. Give her the backpack. Wow. Wow. Stop it! Stop it!
Get off of me. Get out of here. This is what you're doing. You're putting me on the bed.
No, let go. Give her her backpack, Tommy. Give her the backpack.
Let go of me.
Give her the back. I'm not touching your iPad in there.
Tell your mom to let go of me.
Give her the backpack.
Call the cops.
Give her her backpack. Go get. Hurry up. Unbelievable. It's all right, Neil. It's okay. She obviously does not want to go with you. Let go of her right now. Get back. Responsibility. Stop it. You get it? Mia? She doesn't have to go with you.
Okay, we're back now. Did everybody see that and hear it? Everybody?
I
So-
did.
Okay, thank you. So Ms. Lopez, you said you've never assaulted Tommy, but as I watched that video, Tommy was walking away from you, correct?
Yes,
You grabbed Tommy and threw him over the bed. Did you see that?
he jumped over the bed.
With your help, you threw him, correct?
I did not throw him.
Tommy asked you to take your hands off of him. And what was your response?
I said I had the backpack.
So you're saying you weren't touching Tommy.
Correct.
You understand that that backpack was on Tommy's back and through it being on his body, you were touching him indirectly?
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree?
I can agree to that.
Okay. Did Tommy ever yell at you in that video?
Yes, he did prior to it.
Ma'am, in the video, did he yell at you?
No, not in the video.
Whether you agree with Mr. Lopez having a backpack or not, he never threatened you in that video, did he?
Not in the video.
He never hit you in the video.
He didn't hit me, no, but he did hurt me.
Now, in the video, you are yelling, is that correct?
Yes.
As we watch that video, your children are present, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you're trying to remove that backpack from Tommy's back, is that correct?
Yes.
And you had 2 children get involved. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Do you think they're mimicking your actions at that point? Because they see you getting physical, Tommy, they get involved also?
It was Layla's backpack.
Okay, but do you agree that the children are mimicking your actions?
Probably.
Was there anything in that backpack that was life-saving?
Life-saving?
Medication, something that would make it worth fighting for?
No.
When you left that house, you could have left without that backpack, correct?
Layla did not want to leave without it.
You were the adult that night, correct?
What do you mean?
Well, you're got children, you're the adult, correct?
You mean in comparison to the children
Yes.
or in comparison to Tommy?
You're talking about you and the children. You're the adult, correct?
Yes.
And it's up to you to set a good example, is that right?
Yes.
And would you agree the example you set was to attack your husband to get a backpack from him?
No.
No. Okay. You had a lawyer throughout this case, correct?
Yes.
And if you thought Tommy was doing something wrong, you could have called your lawyer and used the courts to settle it. Is that correct?
I tried.
That's right. That night, you didn't call your lawyer.
I tried to get a protection order from him a year ago.
Okay, we're talking about that video. But basically, you made the choice to fight for the backpack in front of your children.
Yes.
And at the same time, Tommy was walking away.
No, he was fighting me for the backpack as well.
Okay. He was hanging on to the backpack, but he never walked towards you or put hands on you. Is that correct?
He did not walk towards me. He did put hands on me.
In self-protection.
No.
Do you think that night you could have made better choices, consider
Yes.
your children in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. That was not the only time you ever assaulted Mr. Lopez, is it?
I have not assaulted Thomas.
And once again, we have some previously stipulated 2 videos I want to show the court. Does everybody have a video playing right now? On the screen?
Yes,
It says Anita pour
Let's-
water on me? Okay,
yes.
I'll play this. It's going to have some silence and dark scenes. It is playing.
It stopped.
It is dark and is playing. I can fast forward it, but it will be sounds in a minute.
The reason I said it stopped is because a dialogue appeared on the screen with an arrow that
Oh,
wasn't moving.
okay. Mine's playing. Yours is not?
I can't tell if it is. It is playing now, yes.
Okay.
But it's not displaying anything. It's just black
It is black at this point.
and no sound either.
There will be sound in a minute, Judge. I want to make sure everybody hears the whole recording. Here it comes.
Give me my fucking keys now. Where are they?
What is wrong with you?
Give me my keys!
I don't
Give
have your
me my
keys.
keys
What
now!
the fuck is wrong with you?
Give me my keys now.
You have a pair of scissors.
Yeah, in case you come after me. Where are my
I'm
keys?
trying to fucking sleep. What
Give
the
me
fuck is
my
wrong with you?
keys! And I will leave!
Fuck you, Anita.
No, fuck you. Where are my keys?
Fuck you.
Where are my keys? Where are my fucking keys?
Jesus Christ, you're crazy.
I am not crazy. I want my keys. Where are my keys? I will get a fucking bucket and dump it on you. Where are my keys?
Do it and I'll call the cops.
Oh, because I dumped water on you? You will go
No,
to
because
jail.
you just came in here with a fucking pair of scissors, Anita.
No, for my self-defense.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
you're
You're
self-defense.
the one with the
I'm
felony,
laying
and
down.
you're the one that took my keys.
I'm laying down and trying to sleep. What is your problem? Okay. Jesus Christ.
Give me my keys and there won't be any problem.
I'm trying to sleep. Leave me
Give
alone.
me my keys, god damn it! I am not asking. What did you do with them?
I don't have your
You
goddamn.
don't have your keys either. Where are they? I know you fucking hid them. Where are they? Where are the keys? Where are the fucking keys?
Thank you. No, I know you don't.
Fucking give it to me. Where are the keys?
Very nice.
I don't give a shit. Where are the keys? You cannot keep them from me. Where are they?
That's right now.
Okay. That's why you fucking took them to your mother's house. I don't give a shit. I can fucking get pneumonia and die.
Thank you.
You're a piece of shit.
Thank you. I'm awful.
You are fucking awful.
Laying here.
Where are the keys? Where are the fucking keys, Tommy? Where are the keys?
Where did you have them last, Anita?
Your keys are missing too. Where are they?
My keys are my keys. Where are your
No,
keys?
your keys are not your keys. Where are the keys for the cars? What did you do with them?
Where are your keys, Anita?
Your fucking keys. You took them from me.
I didn't take your keys.
Yes, you fucking did. Where are they?
Jesus.
Where are your keys? Where are the car keys?
your keys.
Yes, you do!
No,
Why
I
did you
don't.
do like that?
I didn't touch your fucking
I
keys.
just saw them on the counter. Where the fuck are they?
They are not. I don't know, Anita.
What did you do? This didn't work.
Jesus. Can you give me a towel? You fucking choked me. Thank you.
You're gonna give me the keys?
I don't have your keys.
I want your spare.
I'm taking my car.
Get the fuck out.
You're not taking my car.
I am leaving.
You're not taking my car.
I
You take
can
your car,
certainly take your car,
and I'll go with you.
not your car.
Okay.
Where are my keys?
I don't have them.
Give me my keys.
I don't have the keys.
You do. You took them from me. And
I
hid
did
them.
not take your keys.
Yes, you did.
No,
Where
I
are my
didn't.
keys?
I did not take your keys. I don't have your keys, Anita.
Stop fucking lying. All I want are my keys. And then this is over.
I don't have them.
I believe the last 30 seconds will be blank. Oh. Okay, we are back. Ms. Lopez, we just watched a recording and you saw it on your screen.
Yes,
And the recording was black, correct? You couldn't see any faces or anything.
correct.
Do you admit that that was your voice in the recording?
Yes,
Do you admit that was Mr. Lopez's voice in the recording?
yes,
And are you denying that you walked into the room and threw water on Mr. Lopez?
no,
We admit that Mr. Lopez was sleeping.
no, he was not sleeping.
We admit he was in bed.
He was in bed.
So you admit that you walked into the room where he was in bed, correct?
Correct.
And you threw water on him.
You mean in the video?
Yes. And you admit you threw water on when you walked in.
It was before that, yes.
And as you entered the room, you admit you had scissors with you,
Correct.
and you said those scissors were for your protection.
Yes,
At that time, Mr. Lopez was laying down in bed. Is that correct?
correct.
And so the aggressor was you. Is that right?
In that situation, I guess you could say that, yes.
And so at that time, you were looking for your car keys.
Yes.
You couldn't find them, and you blame Mr. Lopez.
I know that he took them. My children
Okay, objection.
told me they saw him.
Objection. Yeah, and so this Lopez, when was that? If you recall the time frame?
It was probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And so the voice that you use, is that your normal voice?
No,
So you don't normally yell and scream like that?
no,
The language you use, is that your normal language?
no,
Swear words?
no.
Okay. Your children, were they present in the home?
They were.
They could probably hear every word you said.
Maybe.
Okay. How big is your home?
It's a 2,100 square foot ranch.
Okay. So you would probably admit that somebody's yelling at one end of the house, it could be heard throughout the whole house then.
No,
Okay. Do you think that was a good choice that night to walk into the room with a pair of scissors, throwing water on your husband, demanding the keys?
no,
Okay. You think you could have made a better choice that night?
yes.
Okay. In fact, in watching that video, Thomas was not a threat to you at all, was he?
Not in the video,
Okay.
it would seem.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know his history.
In fact, based upon that statement, what we just looked at was actually part of a continuous pattern of you assaulting your husband. Is that correct?
No.
No? Well, let me show another video that we've already stipulated to the entry to. And Judge, I apologize for the time it's taken, but we have to go through these.
Have the receipt.
Okay, screen sharing now. Everybody see a video on their screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Give it to me. You the receipt.
This is mine.
You gave me the receipt.
I didn't give you the receipt for
Yes,
this.
you did. How else would I get it?
I may have let you see it.
No, you gave it to me. Now give it to me.
This is mine and I'm keeping it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I'm trying to get out of the room, Anita.
Give it to me now.
This is mine.
Stop it.
You stop it.
Then buy something cheaper. You don't need to spend $180 on this.
This
You
is
can
the
buy
cheapest
these
I could
for
find it.
$40 or to $50. I'm not kidding. You can buy them from Target.
We looked at it for Target.
Oh my God. So just wait until it comes back in stock.
They
Give
told
this
us
to
they
me.
didn't have it.
Oh my God.
You can ask the girls. We went to Target
No,
first.
give it to me.
This is mine.
This, I don't care. Give it to me.
No, this is mine.
Give it to me.
No, you're not returning my
Yes,
stuff.
I am. It doesn't fucking work
Yes,
good.
it
And
does.
it leaks the shit water all over the
It does
carpet.
not.
Yes, it does. Ask the girls. Stop it.
Stop what? I'm trying to
Stop it.
because I'm not returning it.
Stop it.
Break it.
Then fine, it gets broken. Now give it to me. God. It's already broken. It doesn't even have the cap, and it doesn't hold the water in the thing either.
I bought a replacement cap.
You ripped the bag. You are unfucking believable.
You are. It's
No.
mine. You're not going to return something used and act like it's new. It's mine.
I can return it, Thomas.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. I checked the website. I have 60 days for this type of product.
60 days.
Yes, which is on August 6th.
When did we buy it?
I have plenty, July 6th.
I don't think we bought it.
I mean, June 6th.
Fine, I want it. It works.
I don't. You don't even take it. You don't even pick up the dog shit.
Yes,
You
I
leave it to the
do.
kids. No, you don't.
I pick
And
up
even when you do,
everything.
if you don't pick this up, you leave the unit exactly where it is. And then it leaks the shit water back into the carpet. What's the point of having it? There is no point. You know that I'm right.
No, you are not, because it's
Yes, I
mine
am.
and I bought it and I want it, Anita.
Stop it!
Okay, now there's a second half to this. Let me bring that up.
I'm gonna be getting up to go.
Oh, there we go. Screen share. Everyone should see ticket, and I've not seen it since video. I'm gonna play it now.
Go to work. It's mine, Anita. I'm
I don't
not getting
care.
rid of it. No.
If you wanted to keep it, you would have gotten rid of the box. Now give it to me!
Anita, stop it.
Give it to me now.
No.
Give it to me.
Stop it. You're not getting
I
rid of
didn't
it.
touch you.
You just hit me in the face.
No, I didn't with the box. The box hit you in the face.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna call the cops if you don't get
Go
out.
ahead. Go ahead.
I will.
Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it right now. Right with me right here. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Get out of here. I'm keeping
Do it.
I'm keeping it.
No, give me the box.
No,
Yes.
it's mine. I bought it.
I don't give a crap. I don't want it in here. And it doesn't even fucking work. I don't care. No.
I use it everywhere.
No. You don't even use it.
Yes, I do.
How many times has the kid,
here
has the dog, seriously? No. You don't even use
Yes,
it,
I
Thomas.
did. I
No,
used
you
it
don't.
Here, I used it everywhere, Anita. You stop it. This is mine.
We were fine.
Okay, that's the end of that video. Ms. Lopez, you watched the video, both videos? Okay.
Yes,
And you admit that in both videos, that was you and Tommy fighting?
yes,
Okay. And the problem with that fight is you were attempting to return a carpet cleaner Tommy had purchased, is that correct?
a carpet, what? A
Cleaner.
carpet cleaner, yes,
And Tommy didn't want you to return it, correct?
correct.
Who purchased that carpet cleaner?
He purchased it, but it was with marital funds.
But you made the unilateral decision, though, that you didn't want it in the house, correct?
Correct, we already had a steamer.
Now, during this argument, there was a struggle. You agree?
Yes,
And did you heard Tommy say, "Stop hitting me"?
yes,
And your response was, "I'm not hitting you, the box is." Is that correct?
correct.
So are you telling this court you did not hit Tommy?
I did not hit him with my hands.
But the box is under your control. You were using that box and you hit Tommy, correct?
I was not hitting him with the box either. I was trying to get it from him.
What was so important about that box? You were willing to fight for it.
I wanted the box so that I could return the steamer.
What you were doing then is you were exercising or exerting control or dominion over Tommy in that carpet cleaner, correct?
Okay,
Was that true?
can you repeat it? I was exerting control or dominion.
Or dominion over Tommy in the carpet cleaner?
Yeah, I can agree to that.
You weren't going to give Tommy a choice of whether or not he kept his carpet cleaner, is that correct?
It was not his.
I'm sorry, what?
It was not his.
You say because it was purchased with marital funds,
Correct.
and that gives you the right to override all decisions that Mr. Lopez makes,
No,
but it gave you the choice, but you made it your decision to override that choice, by Mr. Lopez, though.
yes,
Okay. Was that a bad choice that day?
yes.
Were your girls present in the house?
Not at that time, I don't think so.
If they had been, they could hear every word of that, correct?
I'd object. That calls for speculation.
Okay. I'll rephrase. I'll withdraw the question.
Good.
Okay. As we watched that video, we could see portions of the house. Did you see anything else in the house? Parts of the house as the video played?
Yes,
Did you see a lot of clutter in that house?
yes.
It wasn't very clean, was it?
I wouldn't say that it was clean, but
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it was dirty either.
Well, as we move forward in a divorce, would you agree it's important for parents to co-parent their children?
Yes,
Is it-
Mr. Huckabee, I don't mean to interrupt your questioning, but it would be helpful to the court to have some idea when that video occurred.
Absolutely, Judge. Ms. Lopez, can you tell the court when approximately that video was made?
I think it was last summer, June 2020
Summer 2020? Okay. And so let me ask
or
you,
July.
let's put it into more perspective then. Was it after the divorce was filed?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And so after filing a divorce, if you had a problem with Mr. Lopez spending money, you could have reached out to your lawyer and requested some help. Is that correct?
Requested my lawyer for help with,
With preventing Mr. Lopez from spending money that you thought was unwise.
correct. I thought that that was already in place.
But you never reached out to your lawyer and had him file any motions for this, did you?
I'm not a lawyer.
You were going to handle this on your own, correct?
I did in that moment, yes.
Okay. And that's part of a pattern you have, is to take charge and handle things your own way. Would you say that's true? We just watched multiple videos of how you handle things.
I guess so.
Do you struggle with anger issues?
No, not with other people, only Tommy.
Okay. Do you have any mental health disorders diagnosed?
No,
Are you taking any mental health medication?
no,
Seeing a therapist?
not currently, no.
Have you thought about finding alternative ways to deal with your anger when it comes to Mr. Lopez?
I've tried. My decision was to leave.
Okay. Now, part of divorce means you're going to have to co-parent your children. You understand that?
I do,
You have to do it from separate households.
yes.
Do you want your children to have a good relationship with both parents?
Yes, ideally.
And do you think that it's important to set an example for your children and how to communicate well with the other parent?
I do.
Is it important not to put the other parent down in front of the children?
Yes.
Okay. But you haven't done that, have you?
Haven't done what?
You've been putting the Tommy down in front of the children.
I think I have, yes.
I'm going to show some bit more video and we'll take a look at that. Just a second, Judge. Okay, let me share the screen. And we'll watch this video.
keep them out till 10 o'clock
Why did you lock us out?
because the door is locked.
The door does not automatically lock. You're
Yeah.
a piece of shit that fucking locked us out.
I
After
locked
you
the
let
door.
Trinity and Layla in. You're a fucking piece of shit, Tommy. You're
Sure.
gonna pay for it.
I'm a piece of shit. You keep the girls out past 10 o'clock
It was
during a
not past 10
quarantine.
o'clock. Stop fucking making shit up.
What time
It
did you
is
get
10.
home?
I got home at what, 9:56?
And you've just been sitting in the driveway.
Yeah. I said they could finish their stuff. I said, I don't even want to go in. I don't want to deal with his shit.
And that's what you girls agreed to? That's what you wanted?
They were finishing their drink.
Go
There
to
was
bed.
nothing wrong with that.
All
Tommy.
of you.
They can do that.
Mia?
You can't treat people like that.
Like what?
Like how you are. Like how you're treating me.
How am
Like
I-
how you're treating them.
How am I treating you? You took off. You took $4,700 out of the account. How am I treating you? How am I treating? How am I treating you? How am I treating you, Anita?
No, you're right, Tommy.
Please tell me. How am I treating you?
That's gonna be my answer to everything from now on. You're right.
How am I treating you? You're the one who took off.
You're right. I have no
And-
reason.
And what was so important that you had to take off for?
I got groceries.
For who?
Duh.
Yeah, for who though?
For us.
And for who else?
And I got 2 gallons of distilled water for Mrs. Flynn because it's life or death.
It's life or death.
Yes, it's for her fucking CPAP machine, idiot.
Yeah, and her husband can't go do that.
No,
She-
he already went to 3 different stores today. He went to Walmart, he went to Aldi, and he went to West End Meyer.
And you magically find it, and they can't.
Yeah, they were literally stocking them as I got there. And he told me only 2, because I started to grab more, and he was putting the signs back up. So fuck you. You can ask your fucking dad. He
Ask,
works there.
ask my dad.
Yeah, he works there.
Oh.
No, there weren't any fucking gallons of distilled water.
And this was a good thing to take the girls out for.
I took them with me because you weren't there.
So it's better to take them out than to leave them here like you normally do.
I don't leave them here.
You don't.
I don't leave them here. No, I take them with me. They don't like being left home alone. Trinity doesn't like being left home alone with all the girls. Her and Layla can stay for like half an hour or maybe an hour time. I have never left them home alone with all 4. They just don't like to do it. It's fine. They can.
Okay, we're back. Ms. Lopez, you watched the video again. Do you agree that's you in that video?
Yes,
You agree that's Mr. Lopez in the video?
yes,
You agree that those are your children in the video?
yes,
It's your home in the video?
yes.
Can you tell the court approximately when that video was taken?
No,
Would it be after the divorce is filed?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Before the divorce is filed?
I think it was shortly after everything shut down in March. I think it was probably in April. And I filed 2 months later.
Okay. Looking at the house, you saw portions of your house in there, especially the kitchen. What was the condition of the kitchen at that time?
It was cluttered,
Was there any counter space left in that kitchen?
maybe, I don't know.
Okay. As you walked in the door, the first thing you did was yell at Mr. Lopez, correct?
Correct,
And your children were standing right next to you?
yes,
Your language was, you encourage your children to use that language.
no,
Do you think that calling Mr. Lopez those names in front of his children creates a good relationship between the children and he?
what did you say again? Do I think,
Let me rephrase that. When you talk to Mr. Lopez in that manner with the children
Mhm.
present, do you think it affects the children's relationship with Mr. Lopez?
it might,
Does that concern you?
yes,
what would you do differently? What will you do differently to change this?
I wish I left sooner.
I'm not talking about that. How are you going to move forward with this? This is obviously a pattern for you. How are you going to move forward with your anger issue?
I will stick to emailing or texting him. Because I can delete and reread and rephrase.
Okay. Now, during the past Christmas holidays, was there times that you prevented Tommy from taking the children places
During when?
during the past Christmas holiday? It's Christmas of 2020.
Christmas of 2020?
Yes.
I don't recall keeping the children.
Okay. You didn't prevent Mr. Lopez from taking the children anywhere?
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Let me play another video for you then.
Not at Christmas. I think there was something around Thanksgiving.
Okay, let me play the video.
Who has,
Next weekend,
who has plans?
the girls and I.
So when were you
They
gonna
don't
tell,
go back to school until the 4th.
so when were
The
you gonna,
two of them don't go back until the 4th.
so when were you gonna tell me about the plans?
Why do I need to tell you about the plan?
Then why do I need to
We're
tell
not
you?
fucking going anywhere.
Then why do I need to tell you?
We're not going anywhere like you are.
I'm driving to go see
You are not going next weekend.
their godbrother, and then we're coming back the next day.
You can go literally any other weekend. Why does it have to be next weekend?
It's,
No, you did it on purpose to fuck shit up for me. I'm sure Celia, I'm sure you asked the girls what the plans were. Don't act like you didn't fucking know.
I asked them if they wanted to go see him on the weekend.
Of course they want to go see him. They probably thought you were gonna leave tomorrow. That would be the weekend.
New Year's is on Thursday night, like you said. What's the problem with me?
I do not want them gone. I want this time with them while they're off for Christmas. You can go some other weekend. There is no reason why you have to go next weekend while they're still on break.
It's the weekend before they go back to school.
All right.
It's Saturday to Sunday.
Yes, Thomas, and I want them home. I want this time with them.
What plans do you have, Anita?
Oh my God, I don't have to tell you what my daily plans are. They're going to be home. They're going to be sleeping in their beds every night.
Like sleeping in their beds right now at
Oh my God,
11:20?
they're in their fucking house, Thomas. Layla didn't even spend the night in her fucking friend's house because she can't sleep anywhere else.
So why can't they go?
I don't think it's too much to ask. You can literally go any other weekend. Why can't you go any weekend in January?
Because it's for Christmas. It's for
You
his,
don't have to see them on Christmas. You shouldn't be traveling, and I shouldn't have. You make everything fucking harder for me.
how am I making it hard?
Oh my gosh, if you travel anywhere outside of the state, you have to have a fucking negative test before you are allowed to return to school. If you read anything from their fucking newsletters, you should know that. It is stupid to do that right now.
It is stupid.
It is. It is stupid, especially considering the fact that Nikki has COVID right now.
What does that
Your
have to,
mother had COVID and you lied to me.
what does,
Your grandmother had COVID and they both were in the hospital and you fucking lied about it.
who
You're
lied
not
about,
taking that.
who lied about what? You are making shit up.
No, I'm not.
And what
I
is-
have proof on my fucking phone.
What does Nikki, my mom, and grandma have to do with AJ
Literally, it is
and
in
Noah
your family.
and Patty? Yeah, COVID is just in my family. That's how COVID
Because Todd didn't
spreads.
come see grandma?
You're right, Anita. You
Todd
got,
didn't come see her kids?
you've
Todd
got,
didn't go see her grandbaby?
you've got this all figured out, Anita.
Tommy, I shouldn't have to argue this with you.
I don't have to argue with you. I'm taking the girls next weekend. You can
No,
have
you're
them.
not.
You can have them on New Year's. I'm taking them after New Year's.
No, you're not.
End of
I
story.
want them home
Sorry.
while they're, no, you cannot take them.
Yes, I can. You took them for 2 weeks. I'm taking them overnight. Good luck stopping me.
Okay.
The girls want to go see Noah.
You can go any other time. I'm not stopping you from any other time. It's not that fucking hard.
The girls want to see
So with
Noah.
you, it is. You can go see them any other time.
We're going to see Noah.
No, you can go see them any other time. Not before they have to go back to school. Nope.
Okay. You girls want to go, you can go.
That's fine. They can go any other time.
No, they can go if they want
They
to
can
go.
go any other time, Thomas.
We're leaving?
You're not going anywhere with them before break. You lied about your mother.
I didn't lie
having
about
COVID.
anything.
I don't trust you.
I didn't lie about
You lied
anything.
Trust. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You lie
tried to
about
hide it from me.
everything, Anita.
You tried to hide it from me.
Okay,
Your whole
Anita.
family did.
Yep.
You're not taking them.
You lie about everything.
Oh my God. Hey. Then what was the point of you asking me if I had plans?
You said you had plans for New Year's. I'm taking them after
I
New
said
Year's.
I had plans New Year's weekend, and it's also the weekend before they go back off of break, before they go back to school.
I'm taking them after New Year's, Anita.
Oh my God, I have plans next weekend.
When were you going to tell me about the plans?
Why do I have to tell you about the plans?
Then why do I need to tell
We do
you?
it on a day-to-day basis.
Then why do I need to tell you?
I'm not taking them out of state like you are.
Okay,
Those are big plans, especially right now.
okay.
Hey,
I'm taking them next weekend.
All right, we're back. All right, Ms. Lopez, would you agree that that video was probably taken during the Christmas holiday break of 2020?
Yes,
And you agree that was you and Tommy in the video?
yes,
And you agree that your children were present in the video?
yes,
And would you agree that Mr. Lopez was calm in trying to discuss parenting with the children?
no,
Did you hear him yell in that video?
not. No, he did yell.
And is it fair to say you were yelling?
Yes,
And who was present while you were yelling?
I think 3 of our 4 children.
Okay. And so when you talk about wanting to be modeling your mother who was considered a saint, you consider that modeling your mother, yelling at your husband with the children
No.
present?
No,
Okay. Is that something you're proud of?
no,
All right. The question, the problem was, Tommy wanted to take the girls to see someone, correct?
yes, out of state.
And you didn't want them to go.
I did not want them to go out of state. No,
And as Mr. Lopez asked you about your plans, you said, I don't have to tell you about my plans. Is that correct?
I did say that.
So as we move forward, how would you suggest that you and Mr. Lopez are able to work together in co-parenting these children?
I don't think we can.
And is that you're not willing to?
I am willing.
Then where's the problem? Mr. Lopez is calm. He didn't yell. You were the one yelling.
That is true.
So how is it we can't co-parent then?
There are other factors that were, affected my decision. It was a bad choice to take them out of state. His mother and grandmother had just been recently in the hospital. His Aunt Chav, who is our godson's grandmother, had come to visit once Grandma Garcia, her mother, had gotten out of the hospital. And then subsequently, Chav also was diagnosed with COVID. Another factor is our godson has asthma issues, and I didn't think it was a good idea for him to be, for Tom to be taking our kids who were in school at that time, or, had just been in school.
But
And also around their positive grandmother.
you were not able to hold a calm, rational discussion with Mr. Lopez, were you?
No, I can't.
Okay. In fact, was it fair to say you were exerting your control and dominion over Tommy in regards to parenting the children? It was your way or no way.
Yes, in that instance.
But that's not the first time that's happened though, is it?
I can agree to that.
Okay. Is there a time that Tommy wanted to take Layla somewhere and you refused to let him take her?
Maybe. I don't remember specifically.
Okay. Give me just a second.
You're hurting me.
Okay, I'm going to screen share another video with you, the court.
I'm not even pushing on the door. I need gas money.
Does everybody have that video in front of them?
I do not.
No, you're not screen sharing.
I had a feeling I wasn't. Give me just a second again.
You're hurting.
Okay. Sure. Let's see when. Does everybody see a video refusing to let me in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Me.
I'm not even pushing on the door. I need gas money.
Okay. Layla, let's go.
I need some gas money.
Okay, Layla, let's go. I'm gonna be late. Layla, your Uncle Danny's meeting us.
You have money to buy waxes and shit for your
Waxes.
car?
Um,
Leather wipes?
Body wash
Yeah,
for the car.
yeah, and they weren't cheap, were they? But you don't have any money to
They were
give me for
$8.
their
They were
school
all on
supplies?
sale. Yeah.
No, they were not. I saw the receipts, and you don't have
The
any
one
money
thing
to
was
give
on
me
sale.
for gas? To
Uh,
drive your kids
I'm
around
sorry,
and get
you
them to
withdrew
school?
how much from the account for your
Yeah,
account?
and I've already submitted my bank statements.
Okay.
There is no issue.
And he's got all of my bank statements too.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Watch out.
Move.
You're hurting me.
No.
You're hurting me.
Okay. How am I hurting you?
Because you're smashing my heel into the
Oh
damn
my
thing,
God.
Anita.
You put your foot there, so move it.
Get out of the way.
No, I'm not getting out of the way.
Ow.
No. I'm not doing anything to you.
You're
You are
smashing
doing-
my foot.
Yes, I see how I'm smashing your foot. So move it.
Watch out.
Move it.
Ow.
Move your foot.
Ow. Watch out.
Move your foot.
You've got me pinched,
No,
Anita.
I'm not.
Watch out.
No,
Watch out.
no, you can move your foot.
I'm going with Layla.
You can go by yourself.
Yeah, but I'm going with Layla.
No, you don't.
She said she wanted to go with me.
No, she didn't. She just agrees to go with you because she thinks that makes you happy.
Okay.
And she doesn't want any issues. She doesn't want you to be like, oh, you can ask for money for this, but you can't go with me whenever I ask
Totally,
you to.
Anita.
You're manipulative bullshit.
Yep. Watch out.
No,
I'm coming in. Watch out.
no.
This is my house too. Watch out.
Okay, you can come in, but
Watch out.
no,
Watch out.
no,
I'm coming in. Watch out.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Watch
I
out.
don't have to move.
Yes, you do.
No.
Okay, and we're all back again, correct? All right. Ms. Lopez, did you see that video?
Yes,
And it was you in the video?
yes,
Mr. Lopez in the video?
yes,
Was it at your home?
yes.
Do you recall approximately when that video was taken?
No, I don't.
Okay. Would it be fair to say it was within the last year?
I don't know.
Okay. But look at the weather. Nobody had a jacket on. It was done during a warmer climate, warmer season.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I see three problems with that video. One, you deny that you're hurting Tommy. You still deny that you're hurting Tommy?
I don't deny it.
So let's put this in perspective. You were standing inside the house, pushing the door closed, correct?
I was bracing the door with my foot. Yes,
Okay. Tommy's foot was in the door, so trying to get inside, correct?
correct.
You testified you weighed 230 pounds, right? Tommy weighs 130 pounds, correct?
Correct.
So you were using your sheer physical size preventing Tommy to enter the house, correct?
I was using my heel.
Your physical size prevented Tommy from coming in the house, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And you had no authority to keep Tommy out of the house, correct?
correct.
And what Mr. Lopez wanted to do was take Layla with them, and you denied him that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Judge, somebody's trying to lock my door. And so I stopped them. So anyways, why wouldn't you let Layla go with Tommy?
She didn't want to.
Did you ask her?
Yes,
Did you encourage a relationship between her and Tommy?
not in that moment.
Okay. So what we saw was another continuing pattern of you assaulting Tommy. This time you used a door, correct?
I was not assaulting him.
Okay. Do you think it would have been better for you just to let Tommy in? the door?
No, I think it would have been better if he just left.
Okay. You said in that video that you submitted your bank statements. Is that correct?
Yes,
So would that have been to your lawyer?
yes,
So that video would have been recorded after April of 2020 when you filed for divorce. Would that be accurate?
yes,
Okay. So it wasn't that long ago, less than a year.
correct.
Okay. Let's move on then. And you said that post-divorce, you were going to rely on child support and spousal support and the home sale proceeds to survive. Is that correct?
So I could go back to school, yes.
Where do you want to go to school at?
I haven't decided.
What do you want to study?
I haven't decided.
How much is it going to cost?
I'm not certain. It depends on where I go.
Where do you plan on living after the divorce?
I don't know right now.
Do you know that there's a 100-mile rule that prevents you from moving more than 100 miles away after you file for divorce?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, so you know you have to stay somewhere in your geographical area then.
Yes, I intend to stay in Jackson.
Have you looked at any homes in Jackson?
Not for sale. I've looked at places to rent
Okay, where have you looked at places to rent?
in Jackson.
Any specifics?
Gallery Place Apartments. There was a townhome, I think it's called Brookside Townhome over by Robinson Road. There were 2 houses for rent that I inquired about.
And what was did you come up with a cost for rental?
They were all different.
Give me a range. What did the Jackson Apartments ask for?
$800 to $1,200.
And how many bedrooms is that?
2 to 4 bedrooms.
How many bedrooms do you need?
I can make 2 work. I think I need 3. If I rent an apartment, it's required by the state, I believe, that I have 3.
All right. And what will the utilities cost you? Do you have any kind of budget set up?
No, it also depends on where it is. If it's a house that is on a septic and well, I won't have a water bill. And if it's an older home, it might be more. And there are quite a few factors, I think.
So clearly we've seen through the video, you and Tommy cannot get along. Is that correct?
Yes.
You plan on working when you split up?
I clean houses for income right now.
You plan to continue that?
I probably will, yes.
And if I recall correctly, last week you make about $60 a week cleaning homes.
That's for one family, yes.
What do you make cleaning homes per week, per month, or annually?
Per month.
Yeah, let's start a month.
Well, sorry, I'm thinking. About $400,
Per month?
correct?
All right. So now you only need $400 more to meet the minimum rent. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct.
And you haven't factored in auto insurance yet. Okay.
Correct.
How do you plan on caring for the kids if you are working, going to school?
I was planning on going to school and then working probably on the weekends.
So you'd only be available to work on the weekends?
To clean on the weekends, correct.
Okay. So you plan
I'd be
to,
in school during the day while they were in school. We'd be in school at the same time, and then I would take care of them after.
but you haven't looked into yet, see what kind of schedule you'd come up with.
Correct.
Okay. And so I think another part of the, your plan was to live off the retirement, the division of the retirement assets.
Hopefully I wouldn't have to, but
If you did, are you aware that there's a penalty and a tax payment required?
yes,
Do you understand that takes a significant bite out of what you get?
I do understand that.
Okay. You testified before you were selling Young Living. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is something you plan on getting back into again?
No, it took me a couple years to build my downline to that extent.
So you're not going to sell Young Living again then?
No.
Do you recall what level you were at when you were selling Young Living?
I was at executive level.
Okay. And if I'm looking at a sheet from Young Living, which says their average pay for an executive is $3,623 per month for the average annual salary. And so that was, you couldn't survive on that, could you?
Correct.
Okay. I believe last week you complained that Tommy lets the dogs chew on your clothes. Was that something you said? I gotta look at my notes again. Okay. And actually, whose job is it to pick up the clothes, your clothes?
Mine.
Okay. So if the dog chews on your clothes, it's not Tommy's fault, it's your fault for not picking up things, correct?
She gets into baskets and she gets into bags.
Again, you see the condition of your home throughout these videos. Your home's not organized. It's not.
It doesn't look like that anymore currently.
Now, let's talk about a few more things. You left the home with the kids, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Where are you staying now?
In Tecumseh with Tommy's cousin.
And where's that at?
In Tecumseh.
The address?
It's 112 North Oneida, I believe.
Okay. And where are the kids sleeping? They got beds?
There are beds. They sleep. Usually the girls and I sleep on the couch together. It's a large sectional with an ottoman.
Now, there was a order from the court to keep the status quo. Do you recall that?
I do.
All right. So taking the girls without court permission, that's not keeping the status quo, is it?
Probably not.
And you didn't file any motions with the court complaining about any bad behavior by Mr. Lopez, did you?
I filed for a protection order twice.
You denied?
It was denied ex parte.
Okay. And during this past 2 weeks you've had the girls gone, you have not allowed any contact between Mr. Lopez and the girls, is that correct?
Correct.
Why not?
We have not gone back, to the house to live. And they don't ask to speak to him.
Have you encouraged them to call their father?
No, I have not.
Now, after watching the videos, isn't it fair to say that the night you left, you were the aggressor? You're the one putting hands on Mr. Lopez, is that correct?
I did not put hands on him. I was trying to get the backpack.
You were grabbing a backpack attached to Mr. Lopez, correct?
I'd object. It's been asked and answered.
It's not been-
It has, and I saw the video. Let's
Okay.
move along.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. You've also been back to the house since you left, is that correct?
Yes.
You've removed several items, right?
Yes.
You made a list of what you take,
Yes.
okay? Have you provided a list with Mr. Lopez?
Yes, the police officer did
Why the police officer?
because Tommy asked him to.
In other words, did you let Mr. Lopez know you were going to come to the house?
No.
Okay. Did you discuss with Mr. Lopez the taking of any property from the home?
No.
And so what you've done is whatever Anita wants, Anita gets. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. But you don't ask Mr. Lopez for any of his input, do you?
It was personal effects.
Okay. What are your plans for the remaining property in the home?
I haven't gone back to the house for anything else.
Are there things in the house you want?
There are.
Can you
That I don't want to fight him over them.
Can you agree that if you want things in the house, you can go through the lawyers in the court system?
I can agree to that.
And can you agree to letting Mr. Lopez have contact with his children?
Thomas is abusive. I understand and accept that any further interaction with him, the children interacting with him further, is just going to result in more abuse.
After watching those videos, Mr. Lopez was calm in every video. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
He never he yelled at you in the videos?
He did
Your Honor, I'd object.
at some point.
I'll move on. So,
Yeah, I saw the videos, so really the questions are argumentative.
okay. All right. Judge, at this time, no further questions for Ms. Lopez.
Okay, Mr. Navarre, redirect. Well, before I do that, I mean, does anybody need to take a break? I don't want to. I'm fine to keep going, but
I'm fine. We've got 50 minutes, Judge, and I'd still like to address, before we leave, parenting with Mr. Lopez and the children before we leave today. I know there's no motion, but things have happened real quickly here. I think we can resolve it here. And I'd like to resolve the issue of Ms. Lopez going back to the house and taking things and creating more tension here.
we'll save some time for that. Redirect, Mr. Navarre.
Thank you. Anita, we'll just talk about taking things from the house. You said they were personal effects. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did Tommy object to you taking anything from the house?
Yes.
He didn't want you to take a single item?
Correct.
And the police were involved, correct?
Yes.
Did you make an accurate, detailed list of what it was that you removed?
Yes.
And when you say personal effects, what was it that you took with you?
I took my glasses. Layla grabbed some clothes. We grabbed the charger for the electric toothbrush that we already had. Layla took her wallet with her money in it. I think we grabbed a charger for the iPad, so that we would have another charger for to do schoolwork. Mia grabbed her favorite face mask, and I don't remember anything else. I don't think there was much else.
Did you take any furnishings or fixtures or appliances?
No.
Did you take anything of significant value?
Such as, no.
TV, microwave, you know?
Oh, no. I mean, the chargers may be valuable, but they're expensive to replace, but.
And that was something that was necessary for the devices for the children, correct?
Correct.
You also take the Surface laptop?
I already had that.
Okay, did you take a charger for the Surface laptop, or did you already have that?
I already had that as well.
So the list that you made out is a complete and accurate list of the items that you removed, correct?
That I removed that day, yes.
And those were things that you needed from a day-to-day basis for yourself and or for the girls, correct?
Correct.
You recall Mr. Hogan when questioning you about the door and that you were assaulting Tommy because he had his foot in the door and you had your heel blocking the door from him coming in. Is that correct?
Correct.
It's not the only time that she had to block the door to prevent him from entry. Is that true?
Yes.
The incident in Ohio where he tried to kill you, correct?
Correct.
You blocked the door.
Correct.
You weren't assaulting him, were you?
No. You can see my hands in the video.
Were you afraid of what he would do if he gained entry into the home?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that based on recent conduct, you and the girls have been further traumatized by him?
Yes.
Is it your position, you stated your position was the girls need to get into immediate counseling, you'll participate in family counseling, but that he should not have unsupervised parenting time with them?
Yes, correct.
Do you feel that he has inappropriately involved them in the divorce matter?
Yes.
How is he very controlling and manipulative as it relates to the girls from an emotional standpoint?
He makes them, he guilt trips them. He makes them feel guilty for not going with him. He, will make comments. There was one time, I guess, that I wasn't there, and when I was gone, he asked the girls to pray with him, and they all held hands.
Seriously, Judge.
She's testifying to what he's doing. How was that hearsay?
She said I was not there, and so what she's saying was talking about something that she wasn't even present for.
I am so sorry. I did not hear that. I am sorry.
Okay.
Sounds like hearsay, Mr. Navarre.
He has made this comment in front of me as well.
Objection. We haven't resolved the objection yet.
No.
Yeah, I said it's hearsay.
If he wasn't present, Your Honor, I would agree, and I will move on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What statements have you personally heard him make in that regard?
I have heard him tell the girls that he was going to go to the grocery store and that they were going to shop for a new mommy. He has said that he prayed that he said, "Dear God, please let mommy get in a car accident and die. Amen."
And when did he say that?
I don't know specifically.
And was it at the home?
Yes,
And were all the girls present?
yes. And they were outraged. They were.
And he's not a religious man, and he normally does not participate in any religious activity, correct?
Correct.
But you've indicated you want the girls to be raised Roman Catholic, correct?
Correct.
And you've furthered that education for them obtaining sacraments and going to religious education, correct?
Correct.
Attending parochial school, correct?
Correct.
And so how did the girls react when he invited them to pray with him?
They were shocked. They were just kind of like, okay. They complied.
And then how did they react after they heard the words that he spoke in a quote prayer, close quote, regarding you getting in a car accident and dying?
They were angry with him. And Trinity was outraged, especially. And she, said that she takes it back. They didn't know that he was going to say that.
You saw the videos. They speak for themselves about the arguments and the conduct between you and between Tom. Those accurately reflect what happened at those times.
No, it's just a portion of what happened. It's, just a few pieces to the puzzle.
So on the backpack incident, the girls wanted to go with you to Wesco to get popcorn, correct?
Correct.
You needed to get fuel for your vehicle, correct?
Correct.
And you wanted some space to have some space and distance from you, with the girls, and to be distanced from Tom, correct?
Correct.
So he causes an incident by taking Layla's backpack off her back.
Correct.
Fair?
Yes.
And then ultimately he goes and locks that backpack in his car.
Correct.
Would you characterize his conduct as abusive during that scenario?
Yes.
From an emotional and controlling standpoint?
Yes.
He's exerting dominion and control over Layla by taking her backpack, correct?
Correct.
Wasn't any real need for him to retain that, was there?
No.
Other than to exercise dominion and control,
Correct.
causing everybody to be upset?
Yes.
That's something that's typical of your husband?
Yes.
Is that something that's typical of his interaction with the children?
Yes.
Saying inappropriate things to them?
Yes.
Being manipulative of them?
Yes.
Manipulating their emotions?
Yes.
Using money to buy things for them to get them to comply with what it is that he wants them to do?
Yes.
Objection, assumes facts, not evidence. We heard nothing that Mr. Lopez tries to manipulate the children's emotions through money.
Previously testified on cross-examination to that fact.
Well, in any event, whether she's testifying, I mean, she can establish the facts. And by her testifying to them, they are in evidence. So not sure I understand the objection.
But nothing further from me.
So what are examples that you could give the court of him using financial purchases to be manipulative of the girls?
He has bought them a lot of things that they didn't need, like things that they, would want, but and then refused to pay for things that they needed when I asked. Like Celia's soccer club fees for the year, it was something that he used to pay for. He's paid for in previous years. She grew a lot this year. He didn't buy her new soccer cleats or socks or a bigger ball or her uniform and jerseys. He did not pay for Celia's violin lessons and, the monthly rental of the violin as he did in previous years. I had 3 girls that were running cross country. They all needed, running shoes specifically for cross country and separate from their school shoes. There was, their cross country team t-shirts and zip ups. Trinity had something as part of her team. It was called Weekly Locker Buddy. So anytime before a game, you just go to like the dollar store and get them a little, like a favorite snack or like a bag of chips or something like that. And then make them a locker sign. He didn't pay for Celia's Girl Scout, like yearly membership. Any of the events that she participated in, or any type of fees. He did not pay for Trinity's band camp like he had before. He did not pay for her flute repair. Let's see, he didn't buy their school shoes or get them new uniforms. He didn't get them, well, no, he did buy them face masks, but it was late. It was after school had started. He didn't get them school supplies, backpacks, lunch pails, haircuts. They need cotton pads. We have 3 that have their period now, so that gets expensive. They needed shampoo that didn't give them dandruff. They needed detangler for their long hair. They needed their hairbrushes replaced pretty often because it's a favorite chew toy of the dog. It doesn't even matter if we put them away. She can get them off of the counter. He did not pay for Trinity's physical therapy and massage, Layla's braces, Trinity's bowling ball or bag or shoes. I'm sure there's more, but I can't think of anything else. But he did buy them, he would take them out to eat. He'd go to Chick-fil-A. He'd go out to, which is either in Lansing or all the way in the Howell outlet. He took them to the Howell outlets and got them some clothes, got himself some clothes. He took them out to Ann Arbor to eat frequently. He bought Tervis tumblers, which are expensive cups, basically. They're about $25 to $35 a piece. you know, he bought their Christmas presents, but he kept them at his parents' house and told them that if they wanted their Christmas presents, they had to go with him over to his parents' house. Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that he was controlling and manipulative with regard to whatever resources were available to him through the family?
Yes, correct.
And were you pretty much cut out after you took the money out of the bank that you took out about a year ago?
Yes.
And one of the videos, there was an argument with him in the kitchen, and you were unpacking groceries. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would that have been about April of last year when you went to purchase and kind of not hoard, but load up and supply because you were concerned about COVID and what would or wouldn't be available?
I'm not certain when that video was taken.
But if there were unpacked groceries on the counters that covered all of the counters, that would have been after you stocked up for the household, correct?
I think so, yes.
And that would that have been funds that you took from him or from the joint account, or would that have been funds that he would provide to you?
That was funds that I took from the joint account at that time.
And after that time, how much did he provide to you? Did he give you a small amount every 2 weeks?
Yes, it was $27 and change.
And that's been throughout these proceedings, correct?
Correct.
And so he's locked you and the girls out of the house in the past. That was on the video, correct?
What had happened was, I think Trinity and Layla had walked in first, and then he saw that I was still outside, so he locked the door.
Did you have a key to unlock that door?
No. No, because Trinity and Layla had let themselves in.
So basically, he locked you out of the house, correct?
Correct.
And how long did it take you for you to obtain entry to the home?
Maybe 5 minutes, when my girls came to unlock it for me.
You also testified that he would take your keys on several different occasions so that you couldn't use your automobile, correct?
Correct.
And there was an incident that was recorded on video about you demanding your keys.
Yes.
And he never provided you with those keys, did he?
No.
So when did you ultimately regain possession of the keys?
I think it was the next day. His mother, I believe his mother left them in a bag on the door, on the front door.
Would it be on the outside or the inside?
Speculation.
Yeah, it sounds like that was speculation, if that was the objection. I didn't really hear it because you were both
It
talking.
is, Your
But
Honor. It is. I'll ask
It's-
another question. Where did you
I didn't
ultimately find the keys?
They were in a plastic bag hanging on the front door.
On the front doorknob?
Yes. No, it's a
Inside
French
or,
handle.
inside or outside?
Outside.
They weren't there the night before, were they?
No.
You didn't put them in a bag and put them on the outside of the front door, did you?
No.
But obviously somebody did. You just don't know who that somebody is.
Correct.
How many occasions would he or would somebody deprive you of access to the keys to keep you at the house?
At least 7 that I can think of. or he would move his car directly behind my car so that I could not move it.
Would it block you in?
Correct.
What's your position about Tom having contact with the girls? Do you feel that that should be supervised by a therapist or professional?
Yes,
Are you seeking that from the court
I am.
and also family counseling?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
No follow-up, Judge.
So, Ms. Lopez, you would agree that those various scenes depicted in the videos where you and Mr. Lopez are arguing isn't something that should be happening in the presence of your children?
Yes, I'm aware.
How long is what we saw there been going on? Is this been something that's been true throughout your marriage? Has it gotten worse in recent years? Are we talking, I mean, you mentioned that one of the videos was maybe 2 years old, so I can assume from that for at least 2 years, these kinds of scenes have been playing out in your home. Has it been longer than that?
Yes, I would say at least since the incident in Ohio. Well, before that, because I can think of several instances when we lived in Ohio. So we moved there in 2014.
Did the two of you ever seek any kind of counseling to deal with this?
I wanted to. He did not want to go with me. He did not think it was effective, I guess, or that it would help. Also, money was a factor as far as being able to afford, the sessions and then childcare for the children while we went.
That's really all I had. Any questions from either counsel following up on my questions?
Nothing, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, let's talk about the issues. First of all, let's identify a date to get you back. I've got a number of possible alternatives for you. I'll give them to you in order. My first opening is March 29th, a Monday at 2 p.m.
29. Is that 2 p.m., Judge?
Yes.
March 29th at 2 p.m. Looks good for me right now.
I've got that afternoon blocked off, Your Honor. I have a trial that starts the next morning.
Okay.
Rather involved.
I've got another one for you. Thursday, April 1st at 1:30.
I'm good that day.
Judge, I'm possible on that day. I'm supposed to be out of the office on vacation, but that family plan may change. What would the next available date be?
April 2nd, Friday at 2 p.m.
I'd be gone through the 5th of April.
Next one is April 12th, a Monday at 2 p.m.
That works for me, Your Honor.
I got a bond hearing in Escanaba at 9:30. So that should, at 2 p.m. should work.
All right, and I don't think, from what I've heard so far, that that's going to be enough. So let's look at the next date I have. Friday, April 16th at 2 p.m.
That's good for me.
I have a 9 a.m. trial, but I think I'll be concluded with that. And so 2 p.m. Friday the 16th works for me, Judge.
Assuming we can get at least 2.5 hours in on each of those days, you think that'll be enough? Or should we identify another date to make sure that it gets concluded?
Mr. Navarro, are you calling any other witnesses?
I don't intend on it at this point, unless if any other witnesses that I would call would be for rebuttal purposes. But
So I would call Mr. Lopez on the 12th then. We can probably get through that. The 16th, I would think would be cross and follow up and then closing. That might work, Judge.
All right, let's go with those 2 days then. I'll make sure they're blocked out for your purposes. Now let's talk about parenting time. I understand, Mr. Navarre, that your client's insisting on supervised parenting time. I frankly, although I've heard some things that cause me concern, I don't have concerns that Mr. Lopez is a danger to his children. I'm not convinced that supervised parenting time is necessary. I think some kind of parenting time needs to be established. He shouldn't have to wait until this thing is over to see his kids.
I would agree, Your Honor.
So I would say this weekend looks good, Judge. And I would think good week as well.
Let's do this weekend.
We had a recommended temporary order, Judge, that both parties filed objections to, and it was to take effect after the parties separated.
Let me take a look at that.
Judge, you've already had an opportunity to have in-camera interviews, have you not?
Yes, I met with all the girls. I didn't discern from any of the girls that they felt their father was a danger to them. I promised them I wouldn't tell anything that was said, but it's clear that 3 of the 4 girls want to see their father. One doesn't really want to see him. I don't want to disclose who, but I'm assuming the parents can probably figure it out. And my inclination, so let me see. Yeah, let's at least for a week until I can make a decision. Let's go with this temporary order. So this coming weekend would be the alternating weekend, Friday after school until 5 p.m. Sunday. And let me say this, if any of the girls is really adamant about not going, I would ask both parents to respect that. That's the best I can say. Forcing something when they're really not ready for it is probably not a good idea. let's just leave it at that. I do think that at some point there definitely needs to be some kind of counseling, and I won't disclose anything about what any of the girls said, but I will disclose my impression that I think Celia needs some kind of counseling. That's in the very short time I had with her, she seems to be a very troubled child. And she needs, I think she told me she was seeing a school counselor.
She's seeing Lisa Veenstrad, Catholic Charities.
Oh, okay. So yeah, absolutely, that needs to be encouraged. You probably both know that already, but she clearly has got some struggles going on. And I will tell you, I'm not surprised if what I saw in the videos was played out on numerous occasions. So I don't want to put any blame here. I haven't had a chance to hear from Mr. Lopez. And I think that's not fair to him for me to be making any kind of conclusions at this point as to who's at fault. I think clearly there's some mutual fault. I can say that just from what I saw. When I became a judge, I had practiced law for 30 years. And the only thing I saw of domestic relations cases was when I happened to be in court on something else. And I was convinced that one, I never want to do domestic relations, and two, I never want to be a judge if I have to listen to domestic relations cases. For the last going 9.5 years, I've been doing it. And one thing that I have learned over all of that is how extremely damaging domestic violence is to children if they're forced to observe it. And I mean, what they saw was definitely over the top. I mean, it wasn't the kind of ugly domestic violence where one parent's beating the other in front of the kids. But even this yelling, screaming, tussles, that is so damaging. Children are hardwired by their creator to believe that both parents are good. When they see one parent or the other or both acting in a way that's not good, what often happens is they internalize it. What they get out of that is, wow, this is my fault. I caused this. I made daddy angry. I made mama angry. They just don't know how to process it. So what often happens is they internalize it. And I think Celia's probably done that. She needs a lot of care. She needs a lot of love. And absolutely, she needs counseling. So parents, no matter how angry you are at the other spouse, the past is past. You can't change that. I get that. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. Just don't do it. Resist every temptation you have. Turn and walk away. It isn't worth it. Winning an argument, but damaging your child, it isn't worth it. So I hope you hear me on this. Your children are young. You're going to be co-parenting for a while. I get it that the two of you can't, won't, will not, and probably should have separated a long, long time ago. If this is the degree to which you despise each other, it's not doing the kids any good. So do your best, please. Do your best. So we'll do the alternate weekend starting This weekend, we'll do the midweek starting. Does Wednesday or Thursday work better for either of you?
I would, for the
Or-
girls, I'd rather see it be consistent days. And I think Anita was in agreement with that rather than break up the week. You know, one day here and then I think that's what we talked about.
No, we're just talking about right now, you're
Uh-huh.
going to get them every other weekend, but you're also going to get to see them every week for a midweek visit. It's not an overnight. So what I'm asking you, is there a night of the week that works better for you for this midweek visit, understanding that they're going to be sleeping in Tecumseh?
Whatever would be best for their schedule would be fine with me. I'm not going to dictate whatever day you tell me, I'll be home for it. So whatever day works best for them.
And Judge,
And
just to add, the FOC recommendation did recommend a midweek overnight. Are you altering that?
I'm sorry, I just assume what normally comes with every other weekend is a midweek. I didn't realize it was a midweek overnight. I'm fine with that. I don't want to, the recommendation came as a result of conciliator having a chance to talk to both parents. I haven't had that chance yet. And if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to respect the person that did that, recognizing that you both had objections to it. But at least it gives us some framework to get us through this trial until I can make a decision as what's best for these girls. So if it is an overnight, fine. So Mr. Lopez has indicated whatever works best. So let me ask Ms. Lopez, which day of the week would work best for that man? And I realize you don't want this. I get that. Let's make the best of it.
Perhaps Friday
Well,
is like on the off weeks.
Friday on the off week, but that means, well, let's see.
Instead of Wednesday, it would be Friday.
Just because it doesn't break up their school week.
Correct.
On a very temporary basis, council, are you okay with that? I realize it's not ideal, but
I would think, Judge, we probably should just follow the FOC recommendation at this point. They made a decision. We can nitpick back and forth this forever, but if we just follow the recommendation, we're good.
well, the recommendation, did they identify a specific night?
Wednesday
Because
night,
usually did they?
yes,
Then
Wednesday, right,
then
Wednesday
that's what it'll be.
through Thursday morning.
That's what it'll be then.
Okay. And Judge, one more thing, would ask that if Ms. Lopez needs to go to the house, maybe she goes through her lawyer and lets us know. So we don't want the two parties running back and forth with each other, think what's going on. We can write lists, we can make arrangements.
Absolutely. Stay away from the house. We're not that far from me making a decision. Stay away from the house. If there's something you really need, let Mr. Navarre know. Let him speak with Mr. Hugaboom. I would expect cooperation with that unless it's, a major heirloom or something like that. But if it's just something the kids need, accommodate that. But go through your lawyers. Let's not do any self-help. Let's not create any opportunity whatsoever to repeat any of those ugly scenes that I had to watch.
And Mr. Navarro,
Let's not.
do you agree that the receiving parent should pick up the children? That means Mr. Lopez will pick up tonight, Ms. Lopez will pick up on Sunday?
Not necessarily, but I think that if that's something that Anita, are you in agreement with that for Tommy to pick the girls up, or do you want to drop them off?
I will drop them off.
And pick them up?
And then who will pick them up? Will he return them, or where are you going to exchange?
I can drop off and pick up as well.
Okay.
So I think it's a good idea for pickups and drops that Mr. Lopez remain in the house, and ma'am, that you remain in the vehicle. Your children are old enough to get in and out by themselves. Let's just not have another opportunity. I think the focus going forward ought to be on healing, and time apart, I think will help, but especially healing for your girls, so that every time they're going to get exposed to an argument, it's going to stir up feelings that have been created over the many that they've witnessed in the past. And anything we can do to stay away from that is going to help your girls. And we just got just a couple minutes, but my mind is on. So I understand Mr. Lopez has lost his job. I understand that Ms. Lopez makes minimal income. How is this mortgage going to get paid? Is this house going to end up in foreclosure? I mean, realistically, this is a terrible situation to be in, where there are living expenses, but there's no income.
Your Honor, Mr. Lopez has received a very significant severance package from Brembo, and recently has received several thousands of dollars in stimulus check money. And my client's aware of it because the stimulus check money went into and then immediately out of the joint account. So it's been reported to me that he's been maintaining the mortgage payment, been maintaining other expenses associated with the home, which needs to be immediately listed for sale. We're in agreement with that. I think we have a realtor that we're in agreement with as well, and just get it listed and sell it as is and move on.
But, well, that's good to hear that there are some funds available, but Ms. Lopez is in dire need of help to pay for the girls' expenses.
I agree, Your Honor.
Has there been any conversation about at least voluntary temporary support to alleviate that?
We did have some of that, Your Honor, regarding mediation, but that wasn't forthcoming. But there is a temporary order that is in place that has a support amount. However, I don't think is equitable to Mr. Lopez, because it runs the guidelines with him having the significant employment that he recently no longer has.
Judge,
So let me do this. Let me leave this. I want the two attorneys to talk about this. Mr. Lopez needs to be helping. At whatever level he can, he needs to be helping. He's got to look at this as for his girls, not for Miss Lopez. They need help. They shouldn't be going without if there's something there to help defray expenses. So I want the attorneys to talk, and my expectation is that some realistic number comes up. I'm not in a position to figure out what that is now, but that's what I want to see happen.
Use my best effort, Your Honor.
yes.
Okay.
Say, Judge, we'll see you on the 12th and 16th at 2 p.m., correct?
Yes. Thank you.
All right, just make sure I get it correct.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
All right.
Anita,
That
talk with
concludes our
you
hearing
on
today.
yourself.
Yeah, I'll talk to you shortly after town.
Thank you.
All right.